What's up, guys? Today I'm going to tell you a little tale before we get into the video, right? So, first year of high school, which I just took, freshman year, well, I took graphic design. Now, included with graphic design is a free subscription. My cat is under my feet right now. It's a free subscription to Adobe and other Adobe products. Now, the intended use was for Photoshop and Illustrator. Now, of course, with other Adobe products included, I had used Premiere Pro for my editing program, right? Now it's summer. I'm not in school anymore. And I don't have Adobe anymore. I can't use Premiere Pro. I feel fucking broke. I'm pissed. This hat is itching my head. Anyways, right? I can't afford Adobe. It's very expensive. It's like $60 a month. So I have to use DaVinci Resolve like a goddamn brokey. Yeah. Like and subscribe if you want to see better videos, so I can afford Adobe. Yeah, like and subscribe. I'm broke. Let's get on to the video. What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a simple house in Roblox Studio. Now, a lot of people ask me, 603 Cypress, that's my name, how do you make a simple house in Roblox Studio? Today I'm going to show you. So first, you're going to start with making the floor. So you can insert a part by clicking this button up here. This is part, and there's a little square on it. And your part is now in the studio. Now, if you plan on this house not moving or falling apart, you want it to be anchored, which means this object cannot be moved while it is in play. You can do this by clicking the anchor button up here, which says anchor, and there's an anchor on it. Then, to size up the object, you must click the scale button up here, and you can make it wider by clicking on this axis, longer by clicking on this circle, and taller by clicking on this circle. Not clicking, you must hold it, sorry. Now, originally, the default setting for moving in Roblox Studio is 1 stud. I like to do 0.2 studs, but this is more of an opinion thing. You can also, if you hold shift while clicking one of the sizes, one of the size circles, as I like to say, you can fine-tune by however much you want it to be. And you can undo anything you do by pressing Control and Sin. See? Wow, awesome. So, now we start by making it to the floor. I'm just gonna, bam, floor. Now, this color button, it changes what color the block is. Now I'm going to make it brown, and you must click the color button again if you want to change the color. Wow. This material button, it changes what material the block is. It just changes the texture, if you will. You got like dirt, bricks, roof tiles, metal. But today I'm going to choose wood, and you can search through them by clicking the search bar up here. Wood. There's 2 types of wood planks and wood. I like wood better for floors. So now we make the walls, okay? And you can duplicate the block that you're selecting by either pressing Control D or Control C and V. I like to do Control D better because it doesn't move the block. Anyways, we're going to start by making the front wall. We're just going to thin it, and we're going to, is there multiple? No, okay. There's, move it in front of the floor, and then we thin it, and we make it like this big. Now, little known trick. There's this plugin you can get on the Roblox toolbox where you can load in a character. Now, I like to use it for scaling, but you can do whatever you want. So, you can spawn in your character. Think, look at this beautiful guy right here, and you can use it to get a reference scale. So now we're going to make the door frame, okay? You want to make it like maybe slightly bigger than the character. Oh, I forgot to change the color. Now, I like the color of my walls to be white, but you can do whatever you want because it's just your build. Bam. Beautiful. And then you make, again, Control D. And now we have a door frame. Hold on. And this works great. And then you make the door. So you can just like size it to be like right there. Now I like to make my doors a little bit thinner than the wall so you can tell that it's a door. Yeah, again you can do this by using the shift method, which is holding shift and then fine tuning it. But since I have 0.2 on, I can just make it smaller. Now we're gonna make it brown again. Pink. Not a bit too dark. Let's make it like somewhere around here. Yeah, that's good. Now we're gonna make the door knob. Now this gets a little bit complicated, so stick with me. So you go to part, and you don't click part. Click on the arrow next to part, and you can see a bunch of parts that you can click. And if you click one of these, now I'm going to do cylinder, because it's a door knob. The cylinder is here. Now, for some reason, the sizing on cylinders is weird. For like some ways, you can not. Okay, I guess it's not being weird right now, but sometimes you have to only one axis actually changes the size, like how it is doing right now, which can be annoying, but you can just fix it by using the other axis. So now we're gonna make it tiny by using the red circle, and now complexity. We're going to rotate it. You can do that by pressing the rotate button up here. Now, I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees this way. What is that noise? Some weird ass noise going on outside of my room. But anyways, you can rotate it on this axis by using the blue circle. Again, I don't know a good name for it. You can rotate it like this by using the green circle, and you can rotate it by this by using the red circle. This doesn't do anything right now, but whatever. Okay, now I'm going to move it to the door by using the move tool up here. Hold on. Didn't mean to click that. Now I'm going to change the doorknob color to yellow. And now we have our doorknob. Hold on. Hold on. Just going to make it on both sides for... What is that? Anyways, now we have the front door. But, important. You must click on both parts, and you can scroll down on this properties menu right here, and you scroll down and you must turn off can collide, can touch. Now this will allow your character to walk through the door. Also, very important, I forgot to anchor this. Hold on. Wow. And now, if we go into play mode, using the blue arrow on the top of your screen below the, you can actually go into the game. Hold on. And you can see, I go straight through it, and it's awesome. Wow. Alright, next, we will take this wall, we're going to Control D, then we're going to rotate it to make our second wall. Now this may confuse you, but it is okay. Everyone starts at different points in their life. Aristotle said that. Then you size it up to make it fit the perimeter, and then you do the same thing, Control D, and then you move it on the other side of the house. Next, you rotate, you select this wall, then you rotate it, Control D and rotate, sorry, then you move it again. And then you move it to the back end, and I'm going to move it to the middle to showcase a new trick. If you press, hold on, trying to get it to the exact middle. This is close enough. Little known trick. We're back in scale mode again. If you hold Control while sizing an object, it will size on both sides. Not perfectly in the middle right now, but you can just adjust it like that. You also have it not aligned. Hold on. Now we have our walls. So now we're going to start with the roof. Now this can be kind of tricky sometimes. But first, we start with the floor. We Control D, and we move it up. Now, if you're a simplistic man, you can just size it. And that's your house right there. But if you're a professional builder, you will know that if you go to the part menu, which is, again, if you go up to part, and then you click the arrow, you can click wedge, right? Then we're moving it up to the roof, and then we rotate it. Now hopefully I get this in the middle, but sometimes life isn't perfect. And then you scale it to all the way over here. And of course you want it to match the material and color. I did not not get this in the middle. Hold on. And then you Control D, and then you turn it around using the rotate tool again. Now I did not get this in the middle, but that's fine because you can just change. You can just fix it with the scale tool. Wow! Look at this beautiful home. Now, let's say you want a little light. You want a little sun. You can easily do that by, well, it's not easy. This is a little bit advanced. I didn't know this when I first started building. You select a block again. You bring it out. Now, size it up to be however big you want your window to be. Let's just say around here. You want to make the material the same material as the wall. So you move it up to the window, or the wall, sorry, holy. Then you want to make it the same material and color, otherwise the wall will be textureless. Now you want to put the block up to where you want your window to be. Then you want to click, then you want to go to Model. Then you want to click Negate right here. And then you want to Control and then click on the wall that you want your window on. And then you click Union. And now you have a hole in your wall. But you see, this is not a window, this is just a hole. So then, alright, if you're content with that, that's fine. If you're content with a hole, you just have a hole in your house. But real ones know that you can Control D to clone this block and then unnegate it, and then you just create the hole in the wall, and then you put it back in, and then you can size it up to be the size of the window that you want. Hold on. Let me just line it up here. But now, this is just a hole that's been patched up. So, you want to go to Materials. You want to go to, use a search again, Glass. You can also just search, holy shit, I can't type. You can also just look through it, but Glass. I like to make it blue, but this is more of a personal preference. And then, you go to Properties, Appearance, and then Transparency, and you can make it a window using the slider. This is a house now. Wow. Let's say you want to get a little bit fancy. Let's say you go inside, nothing in here. There's a tool for that. There's a tool box for that. Now, you click View. No, you don't. You click Window, and then you select Toolbox. And now you have a bunch of props that you can sort through. Now, I don't recommend doing this, because sometimes it looks a little bit cheap. But it doesn't really matter. This is a simple house, so who cares? Let's say you want to put a couch in. You search in couch on the toolbox search bar, and now you have a couch in your house. You can just drag it in. Maybe you want a TV. You can search TV, and now you have a TV in your house. Oh, hold on. You can rotate it, and then you put it on the wall. Now you have a wall-mounted TV that's playing Nyan Cat. Alright, this is it. This is your house. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys found it helpful. And I hope you find success in future builds. Ignore that. Make sure to anchor that part. Yeah, I hope you find success in future builds. I hope you make a bunch of Robux. Okay, bye.